Yep, it's time for another one of these videos again. So previously, these were these amount of airlines from Japan to South Korea and all that. So today, we are going to be drawing airlines from Russia. I know you've all been waiting for this so long that it's been on my top. It's been in my head for now. So yeah, let's begin by drawing the first airline, which is Aeroflot, Russian Airlines. Now for Aeroflot, we're going to start with blue, and then for the Russian flag, I'm also going to use red, and then for the aircraft, black. Alright, let's draw. Alright, we got Aeroflot, Russian Airlines, and now let's go put blue, and then red. There we go, we got the miniature Russian flag. Now for the most famous aircraft, it's none other than the Tupolev Tu-154. Specifically the M variant. Alright, first Russian airline down. Next up we got is Nordstar. Nordstar Airlines. I heard they only operate 737s, so let's put Nordstar. For the aircraft, it's the Boeing 737. Alright, next up we have is Red Wings. Now I know Russia barely has like any airlines, and that's because yeah, I barely know any airlines from Russia. So anyways, let's go on to Red Wings. Alright, we do not mean Red Wings like the chicken, alright? Or like covered in hot sauce. I mean Red Wings like the airline. For the aircraft, it's the Tu-204. Or aka the knockoff Boeing 757. Because literally almost every airline has a 757. Next up, we got Ural Airlines. I think I'm pretty sure we're going to include the newer logo of Ural. Pretty sure they operate A320s and all of that. So I'm going to put in the A320. There we go, we got some Russian airlines. We got Aeroflot, Nordstar, Red Wings, and Ural. Alright, next up, let's see. I'm going to try including the Russian Air Force. Actually, let's include the Russian Air Force since it's part of Russia. I don't know if any of you noticed this, but the Russian Air Force has some of the aircraft that mostly Aeroflot has been using. So for it, it's the Tu-154. Alright, we got the Tu-154. Now, I know some airlines such as China Eastern or China Eastern Cargo, they fly through Russia for some reason. So anyways, I'm going to put in China Eastern and China Eastern Cargo. For the aircraft of China Eastern, it's the A350. And for the China Eastern Cargo, I'm pretty sure they operate at 747 or something. Or anything like that. I'm going to say... I'm going to figure it out whenever I get a short. I'm going to re-upload and then make a short. Okay. Alright, we cannot forget an airline that belongs somewhere on this map, which is Cargolux. Cargolux, they pretty much use 747s for their fleet. There we go. We got the 747 in there. And some Russian and Chinese airlines. Here's the final result of the airlines from Russia and China. I'm pretty sure we're missing Taiwan and a whole bunch of countries. Yeah, this is going to be a hard one to finish. So anyways, let's go put it on. Alright, I got the tape, and now I'm going to put it on. And while I'm doing this, I'm ready to talk to you about Shadows Darkness, Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadows Darkness, Shadow the Hedgehog is my music playlist, and I've been waiting to get to my playlist to 2,005 views by 11:15. And so far we are nearly there. We are nearly 100% there. So if we get to 2,005 views by the end of November, I will intentionally do a face reveal. And so far I will do a special live stream to celebrate my playlist. Anyways, I'm going back to the video. You might as well subscribe if when you're there. My playlist is available on YouTube and YouTube Music. It's available on any of those platforms except Spotify, SoundCloud, and all that. So anyways, let's get to 2,005 views by the end of November. And in fact, that's the special events that might include. Anyways, here's the taped results, and now I'm going to place it on here. There we go. We got some Russian airlines and some Chinese airlines. So here's the entire board of airlines. So let's go through them all in order, shall we? Spirit, Delta, American, United, Frontier, JSX, Sun Country, Allegiant, Southwest, Alaska X Hawaiian, JetBlue, Virgin America, Boeing, Breeze, Delta Connection, American Eagle, United Express, US Airways, PSA, Pacific Southwest, Atlas Air, TWA, Trans World Airlines, FedEx, UPS, Prime Air, Northwest Airlines, NWA, Alaska Horizon, Avelo, Pan American World Airways, Egypt Air, Ethiopian Airlines, GOL Airlines, Aerosucre, Etihad Airways, Emirates, Qatar Airways, Iran Air, Saudi Airlines, LOT Polish Airlines, Lufthansa, Air France, British Airways, Aer Lingus, KLM, EasyJet, Ryanair, Wizz, Germanwings, Ida Air, Latam. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. Jet2, Airbus, Iceland Air and ex-Iceland Air Cargo, Play Airlines, Qantas, Jetstar, Boeing again, this time with all of the aircraft models over the years for their passenger service. WOW Air, Japan Airlines XJ Air, Garuda Indonesia, Lion Air, Asiana, All Nippon Airways, Inspiration Japan ANA, Peach Air, Korean Air, Air Koryo, S7, 67. Actually, just kidding, it's S7. Aeroflot, Russian Airlines, Nordstar, Red Wings, the Russian Air Force, China Eastern X, China Eastern Cargo, and Ural Airlines. And this is almost every airline in the world. We're still not done. We still have like several more countries left. Phew! Man, that's a lot. Overall, not bad so far. I still like US Airways though. I'm glad at how it turned out. Anyways, I'm going to bed and my battery's dead. I'll say goodnight.